We're back with Fanbase Forward, Invest, Innovate, Impact. I am joined by Kenny Burns, the phenomenal Kenny Burns, the lifestyle specialist, investor, entrepreneur, media titan. Kenny has done, an amazing job at being the lifestyle specialist he is. But I've always known you as a person that's been building businesses since I know you. You've been
Yes.
in fashion, apparel, you've been in everything. And the importance of these conversations, what we're doing with Forward, we're talking about the evolution of Fanbase, where we're going, but we've also been talking about investing in ownership. And I wanted to talk to you about that because I saw a post that you made shortly after the election about how we can
Mhm.
start focusing ourselves on our own businesses because of what happened with over on X and stuff like that. And so I want you to talk about the importance of ownership in Black business, because we're both Black entrepreneurs, and how we have to start circling the wagons on our own infrastructure to make things happen for our community.
100,000%. And that actual statement came behind the rhetoric from Elon Musk. The fact that I was a Tesla owner and then went into, immediate disgust with with the fact that he went from, what I paid $105,000 for my Tesla, and then he lowered the price of the actual vehicle to $85,000. I dislike Elon very much, and to support him was not in my wheelhouse. So we exited all of my companies off of Twitter. I exited off of Twitter. I sold, like I said, my ex immediately. But that just got me to thinking, man. I mean, I've always supported Black business. I feel that strongly. I think this next 4 years for us will be very defining on who we are as a culture. I think hip hop culture is on a decline as far as music being our soundtrack, but there's so many other extensions of hip hop now. Fan base is one of those. And I think, we have to double down on saving not only Black business, but hip hop culture as we know it.
I saw you join the platform. You joined Fanbase. I watched the Kenny Burns show. I watched the clips you put on there, and I want you to start doing audio though, because I think social audio is something that I don't think people really understand. And we have this feature called Watch Party, where you're able to actually post a video at the top and have a conversation. But
Absolutely.
we gonna get you on Fanbase audio. Um,
I love that the founder, by the way, sends you how it works. I mean, I was at Art Basel and Isaac was sending me, actually, this is how you use it, Negro. I love that. So kudos to you.
so somebody that and work with very well, and your business partner is Fawn Weaver,
Yes.
hilarious. And I recently saw an interview with her talking about how ownership is important to her with the brand that she's built, with the patents, the land,
Yes. Yes.
the trademarks, all those things. And that was really the path that I took, even with Fanbase, just coming from out of the music business and what happened to my dad. I want to make sure that was
Right.
part of something that I owned. And so speak to her, and how I think how we own our infrastructure and make sure, because I've never taken venture capital. It's not that I'm against it, but I had the same
Right.
reservations as she did about being able to stay in control of your company. But I know you have an enormous amount of insight in what she's done, and how Fanbase can follow that same blueprint that she's laid out. But we can do this from a community
Yes.
standpoint by people investing.
Fawn might go down in history as one of the best entrepreneurs and executives ever. The first thing I fell in love with, to your point, is that she was gangster about the way she was going to do business. And I'm not talking about outward gangster. Gangster is, I have an idea. Oh, wait, I'm passionate about this idea. I'm going to go to one of the biggest brands in the world and say, I have this idea and I need your help. They don't hear you. And then you go start researching this amazing newfound passion, which Fawn Weaver did with Nearest Green. And you find out all this amazing history. And in those discoveries, you find this amazing property that is a cornerstone, not just in Nearest Green's life, but in Jack Daniels' life. Then you find out it's for sale. You find out that Jack Daniels doesn't own the Dan Call farm. So you make that play to buy this land. That's gangster. So you add on to this discovery of this amazing man that started this process that came from the continent of Africa and exudes this whiskey that everybody in the world thinks came from this man named Jack Daniels. No, came from Nearest Green, affectionately referred to as Uncle Nearest. And now you're like, oh, wait, we have to be involved. When you think about business, you think about fortifying your foundation. She exemplifies that on the next level. She exemplifies that, and it will be case studies on her going forward and how she did. This is lightning in the bottle. You don't get this, often. This is not like an every year someone like Fawn Weaver pops up. This is a once in a generation type of business. And she, is privately owned. That's another gangster thing about her. She's raised all this money,
Mhm.
and she's been able to be inclusive and have people immerse themselves in this brand. And it's a testament to who she is and what she's selling, right? She's selling history, and we're all a part of it.
I love that story because, um, again, that was my idea to say, hey, look, when I first thought of the idea of Fanbase, I trademarked it. When I came up with the idea of subscription capability, I filed a patent for it.
Mhm.
And then I've independently raised capital, and we're still privately owned, with the multitude
Yeah.
of investors that have joined Fanbase. And so I love the comparison, and I know that you have a understanding of that, as well. What is your perspective on Black culture and actually owning infrastructure? Because I talk about that a lot. And I'm asking this
Very
question a
important.
lot during Forward, is the fact that we, Grandmaster Flash, came up with DJ and scratching, but he really didn't, like, he invented the crossfader. I didn't even know that he actually sourced parts from a
Yeah.
junkyard to make the crossfader, but he doesn't
And
own
sell
the
credit.
infrastructure. And
Yeah.
so the
Yeah.
importance of why I'm doing what I'm doing is to say that we need to own our infrastructure that we put our culture into. How do you feel about that?
It's very important. It is our legacy. It is what we will be remembered for. When you just, gave that analogy on him creating the crossfader. But that's technology, right? And to not patent that, to not own that. I mean, how many, Serato would owe him, $1 billion at this point, right? In patent. Um, so I think that it's a thing of, we have been sold on this monetary gain and forgot about art, right? But even when we were learning about the art, we weren't taught about valuing art. We weren't taught to take insurance out on art, to file patents when we had created things to continue this art. To your question, we value the wrong things. We don't value the ownership. We don't value the legacy. You have benefited from your father's music and fought for the rights of that music because he left it to you. There were things that you could, have actionable item wise to fight for, to monetize, to provide for your family. And you got brothers and sisters. So it's like, at the end of the day, I think, we've been taught all the wrong things. And now our responsibility, yours with fan base, is to create a platform where we can have truth.
I want to thank you because I think, I know how passionate you are about Black culture and Black people, and joining us today. Um, Glad to have you as a fan base user and investor. I tell everybody, go to startengine.com/fanbase to invest. That's where you go. The minimum to invest is $399. And
Yeah.
we're gonna close this raise. I'm telling you, like, we're raising 17 million, but we're gonna close this round and then move on to the next level, and then the next level, and then Fanbase is a multi-billion-dollar company, and we'll see.
Hell yeah.
Um, but thank you for joining us. I appreciate you. And I can't wait to continue to work with you on Fanbase and the Kenny Burns Show.
Yeah, man. Listen, love what you're doing. Love the fact that you have intentionality around this platform. And you can say the world, brother. Do fan base. I'm here for it.
Thank you, my guy. All right. We'll be right back, guys.